What's up, my new world defenders? This is Chris, and welcome to my Defenders channel. I want to happily report that we are approving two new people to join the cause. They have made their applications, and for both of you, I appreciate the effort. Once you make your first video, I will place you on my front page so people can also check out their website or their channel if they want to have people look at everything that they do. So welcome aboard. Um, what I want to talk about today is recently I've gotten some, not personally myself, but people that have been telling me they've been getting threats. Some people have been bribed to stop talking about physical possession of silver. Some people have been threatened about their Bitcoin views, which I don't believe in Bitcoins, by the way. I'll be the first to say that. Um, my conclusion with that is, if you're getting threats and bribes, you're hitting the nail on the head. So I think that's a good thing. Not it's good that you're getting threats, but the fact is it just goes to prove a lot of things that we talk about. Now, the people on this channel are primarily people who are awoke. They know what's going on. A lot of people are afraid. And that's why I really think not that many people have decided to become a part of this channel, because they're afraid. Don't be afraid. I'm not afraid. I mean, you can't control destiny, and I hate to tell everybody, we all die. But what do you do in the time until that happens? And if you live in fear, you almost create what it is you're afraid of. And believe me, I understand. There are times I get paranoid too. I mean, I haven't gotten any threats. I haven't gotten any bribes. I mean, I've gotten attacks from people, but nothing like somebody says they're going to kill me. I mean, if they want to say that, say it to my face. Then I'll be intimidated. You know, if you have 12 people show up at my door. But I'm not afraid of that. Because if it happens, there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm not going to spend the rest of my life cowering over potential of something happening. Because that's how people win, is by scaring you in the what if scenario. You know, not for nothing, you can go outside and be hit by a meteor. So if you worry about every single little thing, you're never going to survive. And if you trust, if some of you, you know, that are on this channel have very good and deep religious faiths, and if that's true, then you should know you're blessed and you shouldn't be afraid. And you shouldn't worry about what other people say. I mean, not for nothing, if you have a religious faith right there, it just proves, because if you believe in Jesus, I mean, look what he went through, the persecution he had, and he had nothing but love for people. And what did they ultimately do to him? You know? So I've always thought, if somebody could sacrifice themselves in that way, and they weren't afraid, then why should I be afraid to create a cause? So I want people to unite. We can't unite, we haven't united. Please don't make me believe that people are nothing more than a bunch of talkers who do nothing. I mean, I had another video on my other channel that gave the proof that the president has basically done illegal activities in not having Congress's approval and wanted to start an electronic petition to potentially impeach the president. I provided proof. I provided information. I provided links. Everything all of the naysayers say that they require. And 20 people signed on board. And all they had to do is, I even told them they didn't even have to write anything other than copy and paste what I wrote. And I actually took down that channel. Well, not the channel, but I took down that video. Because at one point somebody frustrated me by saying, well, you know, people are afraid they might get killed or get, you know, reprimanded for it. I put my video with my face. You notice every video I do is me. I don't hide behind the screen. I'm not afraid. If something happens, then that's my destiny. But I'm not going to let somebody stop me from doing what I feel is right. And if anything, if something does happen to me, it only proves that I'm right. So that's the ironic part, is if they try and silence us, it just proves that we're not conspiracy theorists. We are actually having facts. So yeah, I talk about the New World Order, and there are people who don't believe it. But you know what? There are people now that believe it even more because they've gotten threats for doing it. And some of the information that I've gotten from these people And I'm not going to mention their names out of respect, so don't ask, I'm not going to tell. I respect the fact that these people are serious. That it scared them enough to not want to do it and take down their videos. It just proves that there are people out there who are trying to control the system. So it actually backfires. And if we get enough people to stand up, you can't do it. It's when 3, 4, 500 people out of millions do something. And you guys are the awoken. If you're watching this, you're at least in the process of being awoken, curious about being awoken, or already awake. And look at all the resistance I get from those people. Just imagine the millions of people who don't give a rat's ass or have no clue about what's going on in this world, other than what's on TV, or what clothes should they buy. United we stand, divided we fall. And you know what? There are so many times I've wanted to give up. Like, for me, it's not worth it, because I get hardly any gratification out of it. I get hardly any compliments out of it. I get nothing but primarily people that criticize me, abuse me, make fun of me, never have enough information, complain. They see the negative out of everything, say every single idea I come up with, oh, that won't work, or oh, that can't work. So I have every reason to give up. But it's because I get a handful of people that actually mean something and actually appreciate it. Those are the people I do it for. So what you choose to do and not do, you have to ultimately look at yourself in the mirror. If you think this is a good cause and you're not a part of it, what does that say about your integrity? And I know it's difficult. I'm putting my face on the line. That could potentially put me in danger. The other people that are making videos on my channel, they also assume that risk. But yet they still do it because they believe in the cause. Now just imagine if I had 1 million people on this website and 1 million people making different videos. Do you think they'd be able to intimidate 1 million people? They can intimidate 5 or 6, but not millions. And until we all decide that, you know what, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore, we're going to continue being manipulated. They're already talking about on July 15th that they're going to make on the Forex gold and silver trading illegal. Now, whether that happens or whether that's true or not, I don't know. I can only go by the information given. Now, we know at this point people manipulate, people lie, people mislead. So at this point, that's what the frustrating part is. You don't even know what's real and what's fake anymore. So you basically have to trust your instincts. But until we all decide to unite and really do this, other than, yay, great channel, but I don't want to be a part of it, this is how we're going to be, and they're going to keep doing it. So if you want control back, you got to take it back. But you got to do it peacefully. You know, I don't want to promote violence. I don't want people to beat people up. I don't want you to shoot some government official or some cop. That's not the way to do it. And because violence is, you know, promotes violence. But if we all stand together and say, you know what, we're not going to take this anymore. They can't get us all. You could step on an ant or two, but if you have 1 million ants coming at you, guess what? You're dead. So I need people to help fight for the cause. I got so many people, you know, that say this is a great channel, and the average views on these channel is about 80. That's not going to make not even close to a dent. That's like a flea hitting into a car. Makes a little stain that you wash away. So if it continues to where I'm not getting enough views and people are not joining in, I'm going to give this channel another month. If at that point I'm not seeing good amounts of people making a stand for the cause, I'll hand this channel over to one of my other people that make the video, and I'll concentrate on my other channel. I thought this was a great idea. A lot of people said it's a great idea, but no one's doing anything. Actions speak louder than words. Aren't you tired of what's going on in your world, in your life? Are you tired of working and working and working just to make other people rich who want to poison you by putting fluoride in your water and in your corrupting your food, telling you what you can do and not do, giving you body cavity searches basically if you go on an airplane? Do you like that stuff? Because when no one says anything and does anything, that's their way of saying, it's good enough, I'll deal with it. I can't do that. I can't accept that. That's why I made this channel. And for those of you who are on board, I thank you. And the 2 new people are joining in, I'm proud to have you aboard, because it shows that you're not afraid and you are going to make a stand and be a part of something good. The rest of you, I have to say, shame on you. The ones that are awoken, we have a responsibility. Whether you want to deal with it or not, it's the price we pay for being awoken. There's a cost. And that means, in a way, you're in debt. You've been given this gift of knowledge of being awoken. And if you don't share it, and you don't contribute to it, then you've wasted a gift. I am not going to become a millionaire out of this. That's not my goal. I'm not here for fame or to be praised. I'm here because I was given the gift of enlightenment because other people cared enough about me to give me information that I accepted. And it's my job to pass it on to other people. And if there are people on here that are awoken and you're not doing that, then you are selfish. And I don't care if you don't like to hear it. Nobody likes to hear the truth. Why do you think we're all so angry, us truthers? Because we see the truth and it angers us. So if you're not doing anything other than saying, oh, great job, you have forfeited your right to complain about how life is unfair. So I do this not to anger you, not to say I don't like you. It's to motivate you, because somebody's got to kick you in the ass when you need it. You know, a best friend doesn't pat you on the back and say everything's all right. A best friend smacks you in the back of the head if you're doing something stupid. Why? Because they care about you. So here's my smacking you in the back of the head. If you're on this channel and you haven't contributed other than saying great job, divide and conquer, baby. It's working like a charm. And as we're all sitting there divided and fighting amongst ourselves, the elite half of 1% of the world is counting your money and laughing that nobody cares enough to do anything about it. So this is a very blunt and very harsh video. I'm sure I'll get some thumbs down. I might even lose a subscriber or 2. But you know what? If I motivate one more person to get off their ass and stop complaining and start doing something, because something is better than nothing, then I have achieved my goal. So that's why I'm doing it. The time is running out, guys. The clock is ticking. Do you want to wait to try and do something while you're locked up in a FEMA camp? Whether you believe in it or not is irrelevant. Because like I always say to people, you will find out one way or another, just like I will find out one way or another. If I'm wrong, the world continues spinning, everything's fine. I just have to pay taxes, buy food, and have a job. If you're wrong and you do nothing, God help you. Or Jesus help you, because the God they talk about is not the God you think it is. And if you're not sure what I mean by that, watch one of my other videos, because by the look of the amount of hits on my videos, most people haven't been watching them. So I'm sorry this has to be straight out and to the point, but you know what? I'm old school. I respect when somebody tells me how it is, even if I don't like what they have to hear. So I'm going to tell you this. You may not like what I have to say. You may not agree with what I say. But one thing you will do is respect what I say, because I speak the truth, and I'm not afraid to sugarcoat when people need to be called out, just like I respect somebody that calls me out as long as they do it intelligently and with a point. Name calling is for babies, so that time is done. Are we going to unite and fix this problem that they have handed us, or are we going to continue to complain, do nothing, and wonder why? So yes, I am not marching to the streets of London or to Washington, D.C. I don't have money, so I can only do what I can, and these videos are my way of contributing. I'm not afraid to put my face out there. So the enemy is watching me probably right now. You know what? I would rather be a martyr that did the right thing than a survivor who did the wrong thing. And you have to look in the mirror. And you know what? Whether you believe that there's something after we dissipate from this earth, whether you believe in that or not is irrelevant. You'll find out enough. If you're wrong, you've had a lifetime of enjoyment by doing the wrong thing for an eternity of hell. Doesn't sound like a fair trade to me. So if there's anybody out there that's watching this that does the wrong thing because they think it's cool, or they think it's funny, or they think it's easy, start rethinking your life. Because is it really something that you would want your children to be doing? Is it something to be proud of, to steal from somebody? to rob from somebody, to hurt somebody.